Good evening and welcome to this meeting of the Planning Committee. And first item, apologies for absence, please.
Yes, Chairman. Councillors Brazier, Morris, Humphreys, Sinton and Fellows.
Thank you. And item 2, do we have any declaration of interest, please? No? Okay then. Item 3 then, the minutes. Can we confirm as a correct record the minutes of the meeting?
Sorry,
on the 7th
sorry,
of
Chair.
April?
Can I just confirm that is a district councillor? Do I have to confirm? Do I have to see declare?
There was some talk about this some time ago. I think in the sense that you're on planning at district, is that what you're saying?
I'm not on planning at all. It's just if there's ones in my area. That's all.
No. It's only if it's your next door neighbour or your brother-in-law. Or...
Thank you very much. Sorry about that.
No. It's far better to query these things and suddenly find we've been doing it wrong. So thank you. So I take it there's no declarations of interest, and can we confirm as a correct record that it's the meeting on the 7th of April, please? Could I have a proposal for that?
Right.
And a seconder, please. Thank you. Or everyone in favour, please? Thank you. Thank you. That's carried. And item 4 is to note the membership and chairmanship of the committee as determined on the annual council meeting on the 12th of May. Obviously, I'm vice chairman, I'm standing in here, but anyway, we could just note that, please. And then item 5, planning applications as per the schedule that we had. And I have a look at that. The first item there, 4 High Street, variation condition 2. It took me a little time to look that one up. I hope you did all have a quick look on the Wishaven website. But the variation, as I understand it, the plan which already given was to add dormer windows in the roof. So, correct on that one?
Yeah, just a couple of updates on that, Chairman. So on the portals, there's 2 responses only, both statutories. The first one is an objection from the Conservation Officer, so really that is conclusive. Their opinion is to recommend refusal. And then the second one is Historic England, who they say no comment other than to refer to conservation, so it's gone full circle. So that really is conclusive that it will be refused. And just out of interest, there is a resubmission of an amended one, which has come through this afternoon, which will be on the July planning.
Oh, right. Okay.
Chair, yeah, it would be good to have the place sorted out, but apparently they weren't too sure about these dormer windows being structurally sound and all sorts of things.
Yeah, I can understand that. I think appearance-wise, I personally wouldn't really have much of a problem with it. But as you say, the Conservation Officer is really ruling. I'm not sure, in fact, whether we can do anything on this one.
It would just be to respond to a call with the Conservation Officer's opinion.
I think
And then there'll be a second version within.
so. It's like
2 weeks.
we wait for the next planning meeting then.
Yeah.
So if everybody's happy, we'll do that then. Forward with the Conservation Officer. Thank you. The next one is numbers 1 to 3 Hanbury Street, replacement of windows, new entrance doors and openings. I have to say that I'm pleased that this work seems to be starting on that building anyway, so it's not hopefully going to be left empty for a long time, because this was the furniture.
Previously the furniture store, yeah. There's 2 neighbours responses, both are no objection, full support. 2 statutories, which is the LFA, no comments, considering there's no flood risk immediately for that premise, and the highways have got no objection.
No, as I see it, it's basic, and I think as the neighbours pointed out, it's changes to doors and windows, so it's not a major impact. So, anyone want to comment on that?
Apparently it's going to be more than one business, but highways haven't objected, even though there might be more cars.
Yeah. That's, as I said earlier, I think it's nice to see these things swiftly back into use, so we haven't got some derelict vandalised building in the town. Any more comments on this one? Would anyone like to propose approval of this? Thank you. David, and a seconder, please. Okay, thank you. And all in favour? Thank you very much. That's okay. And the next one is number 14, Portland Road, proposed first floor and ground floor rear extension and installation of cladding to the front elevation.
So on this one, Chairman, strangely, there's no statutory replies at all, and it's been valid since the 29th of April. That there are two neighbours' replies. One's support and the other one is an objection. The objection one is
yes.
handwritten.
Handwritten.
It does cover light and overlooking those
Yes.
sort of issues. So
Yes.
those are the concerns.
They say we would lose the sunlight in the garden.
Yeah.
And when we look at all we see was the wall.
And they say it was declined in the past.
I think what they're referring to, there was a previous application from the property some years ago, but this is not the same, it's a different scheme, yeah.
Do we have any comments on this one, please?
I'd like to bear in mind the neighbours' problems.
Yeah, any other? So were you proposing we object to it?
It is a first and ground floor, so it's a two-story.
It is quite a large.
Yeah, I think that's a valid concern.
Okay, does anyone want to propose objection then? Thank you, and second. So all those in favour of objecting to this application? And anyone in favour? Okay, no? Okay, that's,
So that's based on
Based on-
the concerns expressed by one of the neighbours.
we're objecting. And the, move on then, the former Ravenstone nursing home. Installation of solar PV to the roof and change of a ground floor window to a door. Again, anyone like to comment on this one? Have you got
As a-
any points?
As at Friday, Chairman, there was no replies at all on this one, and again, it's been out there since 20th of May, so.
David?
Yeah, they comment that it is sort of near a conservation area and so on. But the climate emergency of the planet is more important, and therefore that we should allow solar panels. They did say, I think on the application, that there was nobody living there, but I've just seen somebody going in, so that's a point.
Well,
I think it says, is it empty at the moment? Is it occupied?
well, we've had a planning application for a number, I think it was flats, and also a house and multiple occupation section for that building. So obviously we're bringing it back into use. And I'm assuming the additional door is to do with the internal rearrangements of the, as you know, it's a nursing home, so it's already got sort of rooms with services and everything else. So we quite see why the owner might want to do that. And there's always a possibility, we don't know, but there's always a possibility that they may respond to the initiative from the government where they're offering 5 years guaranteed rent if you take immigrants. But I don't know if that's the case or not. No evidence either way. But as regards our involvement with this, then we've got the solar PV, which probably is not going to have a huge visual impact. And we've got this one additional door, window becoming a door. And that's all we're asked to look at in the previous application's already gone through. Any more comments on this one, please? George?
Just that it's in a corner of the town centre, sort of away from the sign. Like you say, I can't imagine the solar panels causing any real visual impact on it. Seems like a way to keep the building in use. So I think I'll propose approval.
Thank you, yes, and the other part about the window becoming a door, I would imagine we've never noticed this. You'll look for it.
And apparently the plan permission encouraged them to use renewable energy and so on and so forth.
So, okay, so are you seconding?
Yeah.
Thank you. All those in favour of this one, please then. That's carried. Thank you, yes. And this last one here, properties 1 to 6 Willow Court, a variation of condition 2.
I think that was the April one.
Yeah.
The one with the minutes, yeah,
So,
that's, we've done those.
oh, sorry. That's me, that is, smart. Sorry, I get too keen on this.
I'd be worried there.
No, sorry. Okay. We'll move on then, 5B, amended planning applications. We haven't had any time on. Fine. Decisions of the local planning authority and 3 approval notices which did accord with the recommendation of town council. Actually, I like to keep the score on, so I think we do fairly well on that one. Refusal notices, one refusal notice which did not accord with the recommendation of town council.
Yeah, that one, Chairman, it was 14 Middleton Road, 2-storey side extension. That was the decision.
Oh, yeah, thank you. Yeah, so, okay, we dealt with them all. Thank you very much. The neighbourhood development plan, again, you'll see there the points about where we are. One thing I did want to mention here was on the last item of that one, where it refers to members are asked to support all 3 drop-in sessions for this, and I'm hoping that all of you will try and find the time to go along to at least one of the drop-in sessions. And the other thing is, as you're aware, I think the actual letter has now gone out. It's with the post office delivery to all residents of Droitwich. Could I ask you, when you get yours, or if you become aware of anyone else, neighbour or friend getting theirs, could you just let Katie know so we've got her proper tabs on?
Yeah, I've received one. I've received one.
Yes.
Yeah, we have.
We received one.
Okay. Okay, and as I say, again, if the neighbour down the next street says, oh yeah, I got one, then please just feed that back so we just want to make quite sure that the majority has got that.
Just on that, Chairman, the official start date of the consultation, that 6 weeks, is today, and we tracked, there's 15 online responses today, which is positive.
Good start.
But Royal Mail were given 18,000 of the flyers 2 weeks ago, and we've had good engagement, and we've got a separate email addresses in there, ndp@droitwichpark.gov.uk. So I've had a lot of inquiries from people that have received them, so they are out there, definitely. In addition, last week, which was important before the start, we did the statutory consultees. That's a Whithaven list. It's about 150 to 200 of those for planning. All those organisations have had a letter, and also we've added our own, so all the schools of different groups, different organisations. There's an awful lot gone out for this, so hopefully we'll get some good response.
I can't see we could actually broadcast it any wider, but it's just interesting how many statutory consultees there
Yes.
are. I was quite amazed.
At least 150 from the chamber. So quite a wide range.
Okay, well, I think that's good for noting at this point. Okay, then.
Yeah, we've got the same item on council agenda, for those that have seen it, that's gone out today for next Monday. It's exactly the same, just an update, just to keep that profile up at the early part of the consultation.
Great. Okay, we'll have a look at item 8. Request for further information, so this is just for us to note it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just note that then. And item 9, national casework for the proposed stopping up of the highway at 29 Suffolk Way. And again, that's a draft order and location plan. We'll attach that in.
So item 10, Chairman, onwards,
Yeah,
there's quite a backlog of highways orders.
I counted 20 of them, yes.
For the reason really of the gap in May,
Mm.
since the last planning committee meeting in April. So I think it reflects the amount of work that highways are doing.
Mm.
I don't know if you need to take those on block.
Oh, I'd
anybody's
certainly,
got
yes.
a question.
Yeah.
Possibly with the exception of the last one, that is very recent, and that is slightly different. That's to do with Old Coach Road with traffic.
Yes.
It's a safety measure for the school buses. They're putting in.
So we need to vote on.
Not to vote.
No,
It's just one that stands out as quite important, and current. Number 30. obviously.
Number 30, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we will know them, but does anyone wish to make any comments about any of those, including the Old Coach Road one? Oh. No, I think we're all happy then. So, I think we're there. Yeah, I will. Thank you all for attending, close the meeting.
Back on, see if I can beat it. Oh, it's no, it's yours, Bob.
Oh, it is, I'm sorry. Thank you very much.
It's no good, you're gonna have to put this chair on wheels. Okay, good evening all, let's start the meeting. Community and amenities. Apologies for absence, please.
Yes, Chairman, Councillors Morris, Sinton, Frazier, Humphries and Fellows.
Oh, that's funny, it's the same as the last one. Declarations of interest, any? No? To confirm as a correct record of the minutes of the meeting of the committee held on the 7th of April, 2025. Has everybody read them and are you all happy with them?
Agreed.
Yeah. So, all those in favour? Thank you very much. Anyone against? Abstentions? You weren't here. Yeah. I'll forgive you. Item 4, to note the membership and the chairmanship of the committee as determined at the annual council meeting on the 12th of May. They are at the back somewhere.
It's on the footer,
It's
yeah,
on the
and it's basically no change.
Yeah.
And the same for item 5, just
Yeah.
to note, it's just the grants.
Yes, the grants appraisal committee is the same as last time as well. Grants appraisal panel recommendations. To consider the recommendations arising from the grants appraisal meeting scheduled for the 4th of June 2025. The recommendations will be provided following the date of the appraisal meeting. And have you seen that?
So that's the place last Wednesday, Chairman. I think these went out Wednesday lunchtime, and it was just the 3, which are detailed. So it is the requested amount that the committee went with, and that leaves 175 in the fund up to the end of March. There is a caveat though, if we do receive additional applications later in the year, because we have got 2 committee meetings for the panel arranged in September and October, we can look to put a little bit more into the fund.
Yeah.
There are various applications still out, so it's just whether they get fulfilled or not. So the 3 were as listed, 500 for the Deutsche Spa Art Club, which is one of our hirers at the community hall with good membership. The horticultural, which is to do with the storage at Copcourt. So again, healthy membership, and it fits under section 19 for broader use of the community. They use that for the flower shows, for all their infrastructure and things, so in town and wider reach. And then the athletics club, that's a new one that we've had from them for 325, and it's for the Saltfest 5K fun run at the end of August for the first aid.
Mm-hmm. How many of you were going to do the fun run?
I might send me kids.
I might watch.
So they're all good, they're all recommended, and
Yeah.
if members are happy, we just need to.
Yeah. So are you all happy with those? So, all those, yes?
You want to propose them second?
Yes.
I'm very happy to propose.
Yeah.
We've done that about 30 years ago. Sorry.
49 years ago.
ago.
Yes. And if you hadn't got a car, I might not have been saying. Yes, all those in favour? Against? No? Thank you. Pass that, thank you very much. Right, item 7, Droitwich Spa War Memorial Book. I'll pass over to Mark for that.
This one follows on, Chairman, from 24th of February when Mr Kennedy came to see the committee. We are progressing this. It's really just an update. Say it will take time because we've got to go back to regimental records, Imperial War Museum, various, these approaches do take a while. So it is progressing. The main thing is we want to put all 5 names on, but we need to confirm the death notice for 2 of the names in order to do that. So we are, with the heritage managers, we are working on that.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Item 8, Heritage Centre, to receive the attached summary update of the refurbishment project. Stages reached.
So on that one, Chairman, there was a report that went out, just covering the main headings: building works, procurement, asbestos survey, planning permission discharge of those 2 conditions they're done, and then the business interruption, the tourist information and our own meetings. And then just a couple of other considerations. Had a meeting on Thursday morning last week, a good meeting with key stakeholders, so it was design, building representatives and architect with the heritage managers. And I can just verbally update on that. On costs, we're currently approximately 12,000 within budget value for the capital spend. So that was the 92k that was part of the estimates set in January for the ensuing year up to March next year. So that's good. And then the same value within the 130 grant funding. So therefore we've got about 24,000 unallocated at the moment. There are some emerging costs like floor and ceiling finishes, which we at the moment we're costing those, and they'll be about 5 to 7.5. And there is other things such as alarm upgrades for the building will be good to do within scope of costs, because that's important, because it would future-proof even more the museum. That affects things such as the accreditation for the museum and also the potential for exhibit values. So at the moment, we may not be able to have exhibitions that feature high value items for the reason that the security is not deemed to be now sufficient. So we're going to cost that with ADT. I don't think it will be that prohibitive, but it will be a sensible thing to do now. The other thing with this is we don't want to be fitting anything retro once the museum's done with the finishing. So all those things will emerge through the summer and we'll bring back to the committees. Fire detection was the other, and also some enhanced CCTV on the new layout. So we need another camera and probably different smoke sensors in the new bit. Key dates, and this is important, this is what we got from the meeting, that conservation work on the collection artefacts is Friday the 13th of June. Storage transition is 18th to 20th of June. That involves some closure of the museum in the day. And then we're into the CDM. What that is, it's a construction design and management regulation. So we have to serve a formal notice, it's called an F10, to the building control. We're going to use Woodshaven Building Control for it. And what that does, that sets the period for the actual building work. So in the industry, health and safety in the building sector can come and inspect, and they would expect the building work to be done in a certain time. So the period we're setting is 1st of July to the middle of October. So we don't need building regs or enforcement cover for the infitting, just the external works. So we've agreed from the stakeholders 1st of July would comfortably do that up to October. What we think is the external building works that support glazing is 3 to 4 weeks, and the internal, so that's knocking through and things like that, is also 3 to 4 weeks. So that will progress from probably about mid-July to September. So we're well clear then with that CDM notice. And then after that, they need about 2 months to do all the design fitting and everything. fitting out. The anticipated opening is going to be safe, New Year, early January. It may come forward, but it allows for snagging as well.
Yeah.
So going back to the other report, all our meetings after the 16th of June, so next week will be the final meeting in here, probably until around December, January, and we'll be used to John Corbett room. So overall, it's coming together really well, but we've got quite a bit to do because the temporary tourist information will be in this room from the 7th of July. And we've got to look at things like Wi-Fi upgrade so that they can use a card reader and the till and the phones and all that. But so far, timescales are fitting well.
Brilliant, thank you. Right, item 9, VJ Day 80th anniversary, Friday the 15th, August 2025. The British Legion are doing it on the Saturday, aren't they?
They are, yeah. As it says on there, there's quite a bit of focus this year because under the E-Day 80, this is the VJ Day 80, when it's been the 80th year. The official date is Friday the 15th. I've gone out to the Royal British Legion branch. They've come back and they said they'd like to do their memorial service on Saturday morning at 11, so that's the following day. That's fine, that's their prerogative to do that, and the Mayor will support with the wreath. We'll make sure that we do fly the flag there on the official day on a Friday as well. So that's covered, just for information really.
Yeah, because if we do it on the Saturday, it doesn't mess up with the market. does it?
Yeah.
Yes. And item 10, Armed Forces Day 2025.
So again, on the League of the Legion and the Armed Forces Covenant, Chairman, this one's important because it is a national day, as it says, and it's particularly for the focus on the cadets movement. We have strong links with the cadets, with the Air Cadets having been mayoral charity for a number of times, and also current year it is the Army Cadets for yourself. Councillor Morris will deputise for that because you're away, and also Sue has got a prior commitment. But that will be, we've got the special flag for that, flag raising outside St Richard's House. It's not on the square, it's here. And what we're trying to do this year is get a lead cadet from the ATC and the Army Cadets to actually do the flag raising as part of that.
Yes, there was a very nice young man who approached me after the mayor making and said, thank you very much for having us as your charity. And he said, thank you, Mark. And that was so sweet.
That's great.
So, yes. Item 11, Community Banking Hub. And this is great, this is.
So, as Ian Lambert from Cash Access UK said to us when we had that first round of public engagement, things will go quiet after April, and they have, but it's because they are negotiating the 10-year lease with a suitable property in around Victoria Square area of town. Confident they've got one, so we should be getting an update anytime soon. We can't really speculate because it's commercially sensitive, those negotiations, but it'll be a minimum 10-year lease, and then once that's finalised, there'll be a formal update.
That's really good news for people who Detroit which can't use the internet and things. It's brilliant. Item 12, Winslow Thanksgivings 2025. Steering group meetings have taken place on the 27th and the 22nd, 27th of March and the 22nd of May. I'll hand over to Mark to carry on.
So this is Councillor Morrison's lead, really, following last year's inaugural one. He's aspiring to do 3 days this year, Thursday 27th to Saturday 29th of November. It is coming together quite well. I think members will recall that there is a subgroup for the arrangement of the civic prize giving and reception, which is going to be on the Friday evening, those dates. There's a delegation meeting for that, I think next week, as to what the categories are, what the nominations are, and how that's going to work. And then the next full steering group is 26th of June, for Richard. The parts, those 3 days are going to be split. There's a formal day on the Thursday, flag raising and things, awards on the Friday with some retail incentives, he's hoping, to mirror Black Friday and charity giving. And then on the Saturday, an American themed market on Victoria Square. And we have negotiated that with the market provider. So that's a week after Christmas lights as well. So quite a busy
Yes.
period.
It is. Yeah. Has anybody got anything to say about these things before I carry on? Because we've just been flying through these things. Yes.
I've got to throw this one in. I think sometime we need to have enough money to restore the picture up there of Edward Winslow that was donated to us by the people over in Massachusetts. I think in 1953, around about the time of the Queen's coronation, which was presented to us by the American ambassador, according to one of the guidebooks from that period, or later. And I know we know it's going to be expensive, but if necessary, I'll leave money in my will, because it's obviously been subject to decades of previous nicotine and so on, when everybody smoked everywhere, including in banks where I set fire to my desk. And I just think it's important, and we could get American diplomats or whatever to come and re-donate it or unveil it or something like that, and put Droitwich on the map a bit more in the States.
We have noticed it, Chairman. I know Richard's aware.
Yeah, yes, he is.
Post refitting museums.
Yeah.
Just clean it.
I don't think you're clearly with me more, or
No, a while ago I did ask our arts network in the town. I figured they'd be the foremost for somewhere to get it redone. They said, well, I asked quite a few painters and things from there. They said that the special chemicals you need not to affect the oils on the paint, and the knowledge to use it don't come cheap.
I think Becky knows the right contacts.
But I think again, it's something that has to be done by the right professional.
Mm.
You only get one chance with these things.
We send it off to the repair shop.
Well, that was an idea I had, if we could get the repair shop to do it for the town, if the mayor would consent to me trying to write to the repair shop, and show you whatever I do beforehand.
Yeah, well,
It's worth a try if
it's worth a try.
find the time and energy.
I've never watched that program. Right, we'll carry on then. Item 13, Holocaust Memorial Day in Droitwich Park in January 2026.
So again, on this one, Chairman, it goes back to February. You recall that
Yes,
we did meet with
I do.
the inquirer, with Councillor Brooks. Fortunately, not heard any more. We still have pledged that, in principle, level of support. All I would say is we do need to be careful with this to handle it sensitively, because there is a lot of opinion and focus on world events.
Yes.
But that pledge is still there, subject to us receiving further contact and knowing what his proposals are. So I just wanted to note that formally, because I don't want it to be seen that the town council has not followed up on that.
Yeah.
We did action the commitments we made to the gentleman in February.
I'm just waiting for him now. Item 14, weekly charter market. To confirm that a further interim review of the market operations, including the Friday weekly charter and recently monthly Saturday, second calendar Saturday monthly, has taken place by a delegated working group.
So just to recap really, Chairman, we had the meeting a couple of weeks ago, end of May. That was one of the routine meetings that we have with David and Chloe from Bluebell. Just in short, things are going really well. They're happy with the arrangements, and like the banking hub, we're focusing on it because it's providing growth and footfall for the town centre, under the commerce and economy, and it also complements the Wychavon town centre prospectus. So currently, we've got for this year monthly, a second Saturday market, because they trialled it with a one Saturday, and now they've gone, so it's alternative Saturdays every month. The weekly market on a Friday, and it's different footfall, different stalls on both. And then towards the end of the year, we've got support for, they're going to do the Christmas lights market on Saturday 22nd. As we mentioned today, the Winslow one the following Saturday, and then they're going to do 2 Fridays and Saturdays through mid-December on a festive market. So good entertainment on all those in November and December.
Yes. And they were there, they did the Rick Mail
They did the
Festival.
email thing as well, yeah.
And I must admit, that Saturday, it was like a carnival event in the town, and it was really nice to see lots of people about with smiley faces, and the organisation of that Rick Mail Festival was second to none. So I think it was
Very good, yeah.
even if the comedian did pick on me because I'd got the shave out of the day. Item 15, summer planting. The summer planting is now proceeding through to October. And they look absolutely magnificent out there.
So on that, Chairman, all the planting was put in between Monday and Friday last week, so that's all in now, so it'll be out till October. And then there was just a list of some extras that we've done, so wooden sleeper surrounds on Crimson Way.
Yeah, and
That's
that
existing.
looks really good.
Thing to note with that is, as a gesture, the contractor has paid for that himself, because he values the business from the town council. And then in collaboration with Place Board, we've actually got 3 new hanging baskets on the front of Tower Hill, so that's just been redone and refitted by Wychavon, so they look good. And then we've got an extra 2, which are on the old Town Hall building opposite the church at the bottom of St Andrews. So we arranged with the proprietor Neil there to put those up, so they went up on Friday. From a governance point of view, we've tested all the hanging baskets. We have to do that because they weigh 22 to 25 kilos when they're up there and they're watered. So they've all been checked. I think we only had to renew a couple, but there's 180 of those this year. We have to do that for insurance and also for the health and safety. And then, not so good, the planting contractor had a mower stolen. So £1,000 brand new mower off Ledwich Island. The other Thursday, 15th of May. So I've reported it to the police, but there's nothing they can do. It's just an opportunist to help themselves to it. Well, that was disappointing. And then, yeah, just be mindful, the contract renewal for Acorn is due in January. So this is the last season. He wanted to do 5 years last time, but he couldn't because of the expansion of the business. So we'll do a full procurement. But that 3 years has gone really quickly, and it's gone, stronger and stronger really with the planting.
Yeah, it would be a shame to lose him.
Yeah, so we'll do the full procurement, but I think I'll be keen to bid for that next winter.
Yeah.
When we do that, and just the last sentence I put there, we do get requests to expand the scheme. Now, currently it's about 30,000 a year, so I'm not saying it's particularly expensive, that is a going rate for this, but to expand it would be more cost. I'll give an example. A couple of residents that live up near the chateau ask if we can do the Long Bromsgrove Road up to the chateau. Well, that will be a considerable outlay. We'd like to, but within cost parameters at the moment, we haven't expanded it. So when we do the procurement opportunity next year, we do need to look at that. If members do want it expanding, what the cost scope is, things like that. It's good people are asking,
Yeah.
but it's difficult saying no.
Sorry.
Go on.
I was just going to say, in regards to that unfortunate business with the mower, it did cross my mind, would it be worthwhile putting something on social media with a catalogue picture of the mower?
Did get our Bob on the day?
You have?
Yeah,
Oh, sorry, I
on
must
the
have
day
missed it,
that
yeah.
it happened,
Oh,
there's no
oh,
responses.
You're ahead of the game. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never know, Lyle. Keep fingers crossed.
Would we be able to get a map of where we've currently got planting located to see if there's any areas, especially high traffic areas that we haven't currently got well covered?
Rule of thumb at the moment is within the Saltway, so the inner part of the town centre, High Street, and out as far as West Richmond Station. Doesn't extend further up to Road or Road or anything like that.
Yeah, I'd be very interested in like understanding the costs and what they would be, because I do think it'd be nice to be approach on Bromsgrove Road. I think that would be really nice for people coming into the town. I'm sure there's other roads that would equally benefit as well.
We build that in.
Anything else? Anybody else got anything to say? I must admit, when you said about testing the handling baskets, I had visions of you sweeping from to test whether they were safe.
What they do with it, they put a bunch of cement on it, so they weigh 25 kilos, so that's sort of equivalent load with a cherry picker. On a Sunday morning, do the whole lot, and then if there's any corrosion or defects, we'll just mark it and replace it, yeah.
Right, so I think that is the end of our meeting. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thanks.
It would be a habit. Welcome again to this meeting of the Resources Committee. Hello, apologies for absence.
Yeah, same again, Chairman. Councillors Morris, Simpson, Brazier, Hunter and Fellows.
Thank you, and do we have any declarations of interest on this one? I bet that is no. And again, to note the membership and chairmanship of the committee as on the printed list at the end of the printed agenda. We'll move on to item 4, to confirm the correct record of minutes of the meeting held on the 24th of March 2025. Could I have a proposer for please? Thank you, Jim. A seconder. Thank you, Rod. And all those in favour, please. Thank you. Carried. Item 5, renewable energy, and I think they're really for information that the working group met, and this is in progress. Unfortunately, there's been a request for further information, which I think you'll.
Yeah, we submitted the pre-application request to Woodhaven. They did take a while to come back, and then basically we need to do a full feasibility on it for them to make an informed decision, is what they're saying. So we have instructed a commercial provider, and we are chasing them every couple of days at the moment. We've provided all the information they want, like copy bills, photographs of the meters and everything. We just need them to arrange to come and do the feasibility.
Thank you. Yes, the wheels are fairly slowly, but the wheels are turning. Is there any comment on that one? Okay then. And item 6, the regular payments review.
So this goes on to the internal auditor's guidance really. Every 6 months we should be providing a list of all payments, but specifically to include automated payments, that's direct debits and standing orders. So there is quite a sizable list that's gone out. So this is the 1st of October to the 31st of March. And prior to that, we took them to the October 2024 resources, which covered the period from April up to the end of September. So it's on a scheduled basis covering 6 months. So checks are on there, but all automated ones as well. So it's just if members got any queries.
Any queries? Are we again happy with?
There's a lot of info on there.
Okay, that's great. We're happy to know that then. So item 7, accounts for payment, and again you have the list circulated quite a lot again because of the gap, I think.
It's a gap from May, Chairman. There are 2 supplementaries. One is the festive lighting. So that's the Christmas lights for this year. It's year 3 of 5. That's 19999.20, and £60 to do with the Evergreen Slow event in November. It's entertainment.
Okay. So everybody happy with those? Can I have a proposal, please? Thank you, George, and a second, please. Thank you, Matt, and everyone in favour? Thank you. Thank you very much. So that's all done, and we come to the end of the meeting. Again, thank you for giving up your time this evening, and I'll close the meeting.